Today we'll use our floor mats and also some free weights during a couple of the exercises. So make sure that those are accessible if you want to use them. Give everyone a minute. I hope people get up. A dreary day today. Looks like it was drizzling when I came into the class, and it's going to be raining on and off for the rest of the day. Good day to get our exercise done inside. So we really want to target posture during our warm up this morning. So when we think about tall sitting posture, there's a few things that I think about. One is bringing your shoulders down and back, and the other one is pushing your chest forward. So my shoulders are down and back, my chest is forward, but then I also want you to think about posture at your neck. So a lot of times, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Posture with the slump, kind of slumped like this, and our neck kind of gets stuck out like that, where you want to think about bringing your shoulders, chest up, shoulders down, and chin tucked just a little bit. So like if someone had a string they were pulling on the back of my head, it would pull my chin in just a little bit. So that's our kind of correct sitting posture that I want to target during these warm-up moves. But let's practice moving in and out of that posture a few times. So kind of let yourself slump down into a relaxed position and then bring your posture up tall and hold it there. Let's move in and out of that. Slump down, kind of relaxing, and then chest up, shoulders down, and chin a little bit tucked. Teaching our body kind of what that set posture is. So let yourself slump down and then push your chest up, shoulders down, little bit of a chin tuck. Do that 2 more times. Slouch down, up into tall posture. And then 1 more time, we'll reset that posture. Slump down and then up into this tall posture here. The more that you can practice holding your posture in this position throughout the day, the less pressure that's going to be on your neck, and the stronger you'll keep those posture muscles for when you're walking, standing. So I want you to hold this posture while we do a few neck and arm exercises. So I'm holding my posture here, and I'm going to look up and down. Let's do that 10 times. Keep your posture tall. 1, nice and slow, feeling a good stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now holding that posture still upright, let's turn our head side to side. Big stretch one direction and slowly turning the other way. Keeping your posture tall and each time trying to stretch a little bit further. So that's 2, 3, nice and slow. I want you to feel a stretch, but only move where it's comfortable. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep your posture tall. Again, we're going to tuck our chins just a little bit, and let's do a shoulder blade squeeze. So start with your arms out in front of you, fingers wide, and squeeze your shoulder blades back. Do that 10 times. Reach out. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, I'm holding my posture up tall, my shoulder blades are down and back, my chest is up tall, and my chin is a little bit tucked. So with my arms straight out in front, my elbows are bent. I want you to practice stretching your elbows back and in. So my elbows are staying tucked at my side. I'm not letting them come out. Then I'm rotating my shoulders out and in. Let's do 10 here. 1, 2, keeping that posture tall as we do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so now bring your arms up in front of you like this. So now my elbows are about at my shoulder height. And we're going to do that same motion, rotating out and in. Try to hold your posture while we do this. 1, 2, elbows stay close to the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See if you can keep those elbows high. 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. So now let's do a big twist. So shoulder blades down and back. We'll go back and forth with a twist to the side, open, and then a twist to the other direction, doing our power twist. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Couple more. So resetting the posture, shoulders down and back. So this time we're going to reach out and flick our fingers wide and then kind of back here. 1, 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one, shoulders down and back. Arms are back up here out to the sides. And this time we're going to do an overhead raise. So reach up and stretch your fingers wide, and then elbows down, close your fist. Reach up, wide fingers, and down. Exactly. Let's do 10. 1, hold down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Hopefully your arms are feeling warmed up. Today for our intervals, I have 3 different exercises. So I'll show you those 3 exercises and then we'll start together. So these are all incorporating a little bit of coordination. So combining a couple things at once. So for the first exercise, you can do it sitting, and it's combining this rotation move that we were doing during our warm up with marching. So I'm marching my knees up and down as I'm rotating my arms out and in. So that's the first exercise. There's 2 others. The next one that we're doing is in standing. You can, as always, hold on to your chair if you need some support while we're doing it in standing. So we're combining 2 moves. I'm doing 1 power twist, then 1 squat, then opening up to twist the other way. 1 power twist, 1 squat. So combining those two movements together for our second interval. And then our third exercise of the interval is a half jack. So you can do this holding on, stepping out and in, alternating your sides. See if you can do this one with weights, if you have them with you. So stepping out and in with those hand weights, okay? You can also use hand weights for the first exercise where your arms are up here and we're marching up and down. So your choice. And at any time if you need to drop the weights and just do it with body weight, that's fine. So let me grab my interval. We'll have 2 rounds, 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, and then we'll take a break. Anytime if you need to stop sooner and rest, that is totally fine. All right, so we're starting with that seated exercise. You can do this with or without hand weights. And so again, I'm starting up here and I'm marching my knees up and down. I don't know if you can see that I'm marching while I'm moving my shoulders too. Ready? 1 minute, let's begin. So I'm marching up and down while I'm rotating my shoulders in and out. Nicely done. So combining these two movements, trying to sequence them together. Looking good. Keep marching while you're rotating. At any point, if you need to drop the weights and just use your body weight, that's fine. Halfway done. "20 seconds left, keep moving. Good job, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's move up to standing. We have our power twist and our squat. So we're combining those two movements. So start, you don't have to start yet, you have 15 seconds, but doing a power twist and then a squat before twisting to the other direction. So we're going to combine those two movements together in standing. All right, let's begin. Twist and squat. Power twist and squat. Nicely done. Those look good. Going back and forth, alternating which side you twist to. Halfway done. Good job, keep it up. Ten seconds left. All right, and rest. So 30 seconds to rest. We're moving to our half jack, alternating side to side. You can do this with or without hand weight, but alternating, stepping out to one side and then the other, back and forth. Think about keeping your posture tall like we are practicing during our warm-up and seeing if you can maintain that while we do this. You have about 5 seconds to rest before beginning this next interval. All right, let's begin. So big steps. Pretend like you're stepping over something. You have to step wide. Looks great. Smooth and controlled as we're stepping. Already halfway done. 10 seconds left. And rest. All right, so we're coming back to our chairs, back to the beginning. We have one more round. So 20 seconds to get ready. One more round to each of those 3 exercises. Three, 2, and 1. So we're marching as you're rotating your arms in and out, either with or without weight, your choice. See if you can keep your knees marching, keep your knees lifting high. Keeping that posture tall, how we are practicing in the warm-up. You're halfway done. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. If you need to drop weights, go ahead and drop the weights, but keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest and come into standing. For our next exercise, we're combining the power twist with a squat. Still have about 10 seconds to get there and get set up. All right, let's begin. 1 power twist, 1 squat. 1 power twist other way, and squat. Power twist, and squat. Looking good. So today we're practicing coordinating and sequencing these movements together. Looks good. More than halfway done. Ten seconds left. All right, 30 seconds to rest. We have 1 more exercise. This is our half jack. So 1 more minute of this exercise and then we'll take a break. Still have about 15 seconds to rest. You can do this with or without weight at any time. If you need to drop the weight, see if you can let go of the weight, but keep your arms moving. All right, let's begin. Big step side to side, alternating directions. Keep your chest up tall, shoulders down and back. This feels easy, push your speed. Looking good, halfway done. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. All right, take a rest break, have a seat, get some water. Nice job with those. After this rest, we have another set of intervals. of 3 exercises. So I'll go ahead and start explaining these exercises while everyone's taking their water break. You don't have to join me yet. Just keep an eye on the camera so you know what's coming. So the first one that we'll do is a sit to stand and then combining a power step. So during our sit to stand, I want everyone to really practice that forward lean that you need to get up from a chair. So leaning forward and coming up and then going right into a power step, power step, power step, and then back into your chair. So those are the 2 moves that we're combining, a sit to stand and then a power step to each direction. The next exercise that we'll do, I'll show options with and without holding on. So we're combining 2 moves again. So I'm stepping backwards and my arms come out. And then as I step in, my elbows come in. So I'm holding my hand weights for this to do a row. I'm stepping backwards, my arms come out. I step in and I do a row. So coordinating those 2 movements. If you want a little bit of support while you're stepping backward, you can do it with one arm. Stepping back and stepping in, doing a row. So that's your option if you want to hang on. And then our third exercise will be a little bit more coordination. So I'm going to pan the camera down so that you can see my feet. We're going to do a side stepping coordination exercise. So this is like a jazz square, except we're going to be doing a jazz square while we step to the side. So my foot is first going to cross over and go forward, step, and then step back. My other foot comes down. So you're crossing over and stepping forward, and then stepping behind and stepping back. So this way. So I'm crossing over, but also stepping forward, stepping to the side, stepping back, and stepping over. Coming forward as I step in front, across, and then back. Or if that feels too confusing, you can also do a jazz square in place. So a jazz square is, gotta remind myself, stepping forward, across, back, and down. Forward, across, back, and down. So if you want to start with this, I'll show this one first, and then the second time around, we can try it while we're walking. So don't get hung up on it if that seemed confusing. We'll practice it together when we get started. So the first exercise that we'll start with is that sit to stand. So go ahead and come back to your chairs if you're not there yet. Like with the other intervals, we'll do 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, and I'll have us cycle through them 2 rounds through. All right. Looks like most people are there. All right, let's begin. So big forward reach to stand, power step, and then sit back down. Forward reach, power step, and sit. Good, just like that. Forward reach to stand, power step, and repeat that. You're halfway done. See how high you can lift your knee as you're stepping forward. Looking good, 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. All right, 30 seconds to rest. Next, we're combining our backward step with a row. So if you want to do it holding on, watch me. You're going to keep a hand here and step back, and then step in and row your arm back. So my arm goes straight out in front, and then my elbow comes back. You can also do that with weights. And if you're doing it with weights without holding on, alternate legs. Let's begin. Step back, row as you step back together. Step back and row. Keep your thumbs up. Step back and row. Step back, row, step together. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. Nice. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. Good. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. You have 20 seconds left. Step back, step together. Keep that pattern up. And 3, 2, and 1. So 2 options for our coordination for the next one. You can either do the jazz square standing in place, or you can try it while walking. So let me show it walking first, because then I'm going to stay in one place to do it. So if I'm doing it walking, I'm crossing over to step in front, and then stepping forward, and then stepping backward to the side. Forward and backward. But if I'm doing it in place, you can follow me. Step forward, cross, step back. Step forward, cross, step back. Good. Follow along with me to match this pattern. Or you can do it walking if you have the pattern down. You can do this with or without holding on, however you're comfortable. Let's try switching directions. So now I'll lead with the other foot. Forward, cross, back. Forward, cross, back. Forward, cross, back. Nice job. All right, rest. So we're coming back to our chairs for our sit to stand exercise. We have one more round through each of those. Again, working on our coordination, sequencing or combining a couple movements together. That works on something that's called dual tasking, or thinking about or coordinating 2 movements at once. In Parkinson's disease, that can be really challenging, so we want to practice it to overcompensate for it. All right, so we'll stand first, power step, power step. Stand, power step, power step. Make sure when you're going to stand, do a big lean forward. If you need to use your hands to help you push, that's okay as well. But practicing that forward weight shift as we go to stand. Leaning your shoulders forward. You have 10 seconds left. All right. So we're rotating to the next one. This is our backward step. And as you step backwards, your arm comes out, step together, do a row. Step back, step in and row. You can do it hanging on and just using one hand, or you can use both hands together to row. With or without weights. All right, let's begin. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. Step back and together. Step back, together. Once you get the pattern, see if you can increase your speed a little bit. If it feels hard to coordinate, slow it down
out
so
on
that
the
you're
kitchen.
successful. Nice job, looking good. And coordinate that arm movement at the same time. As you step backwards, arms come out. Squeeze your shoulder blades back as you step together. 5 seconds left. All right, rest. Last exercise we're gonna do is that coordination jazz square. You can do it walking or standing in one place. So if you're walking, you're stepping in front and stepping back. It's almost like a karaoke move. But if you want to try it in place with me, we'll be practicing stepping in front, aside, and back. Let's begin. Stepping across, cross over, step behind. See if you can follow along with me. Working on our coordination and sequencing. So now let's switch directions. We'll go. Oops, man, I'm getting myself confused now. This way, across. So now leading with your other foot, essentially. All right, that's it. So take a break, get some water. All right, so grab some water, take a break. We're going to be coming down to our mats for the next exercise. But take a moment to catch your breath first. Nice job with those. So take your time. When you're ready, you can make your way down to the ground. We'll be on all fours today. I'll also show the version in sitting if you want to follow along in sitting for these. So we'll be doing the all fours power moves, and then we'll be doing some stretching in that position too, but lots of options for how to do these in a chair as well if you would prefer to stay there. I also want to mention as well that if you know that on all fours when you're doing the power moves, you lose your balance, a good option is to do the power moves holding your hands up on a chair or like on your couch so that you're up a little bit taller, you'll have a little bit more support. And so for example, when we're doing the power up here, there's less of a distance for you to go back here. So you have a little bit more support. And it makes it easier for the step to have your arms up a little bit taller. So that's a great option too. So go ahead and make your way down if you're going to be on the ground today. Like I mentioned, we're going to start with the power up move. So from here, I'm bending my elbows down and pushing up to squeeze my shoulder blades back. So if you're seated in a chair, you're doing the same movement, leaning forward onto your legs and then squeezing your shoulder blades back to open your arms wide. So that's the movement that we'll all do together, either sitting in the chair here, or if you're kneeling, we'll do the power move like this, but we'll all do it together. Let's do 10. Let's count up by threes as we do this. So we'll come down, 3, down, 6, down, 9, down, 12, down, 15, down, 18, down, 21, down, 24, down, 27, and down, 30. The next one is our power rock. So for this one, you're gonna lean back onto your heels and then rock your hips forward like that. So rocking back and then pushing your hips forward down. So if you're seated, this is the power rock where you're reaching up and across. As we're leaning back, you'll reach up and across. All right, so that's your option. Let's all do these together at the same time. We'll do 10, and let's count backwards by 2s from 20. Ready? 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Good. Next one we're doing is the twist. So for this one, reaching up and looking up at your hand, and then tucking that arm through, pushing your shoulder down. So reaching up and tucking through. And you can either alternate each side or do the same side first, whatever is better for you. If you're sitting in your chair, you're doing our power twist like this, the one we did during our intervals and during our warm up, each time trying to twist a little bit further. So let's all do these together. We're gonna count to 20 to get to 10 on each side. Again, you can alternate or do the same side first. Ready? Reach up. 1. Twist. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. 9. Up. 10. Up. 11. Up. 12. Up. 13. Up. 14. Up. 15. Up. 16. Up. 17. Up. 18. Up. 19. Up. 20. Nicely done. The next move we're doing is our power step. So taking a big step forward, your foot is at the side of your hands, and then squeezing your shoulder blades back as you come up, and then slowly coming down to switch sides. This is where I was mentioning, if you find that movement difficult, You may have a little bit easier time if your hands are up on something, makes it way easier to have the mobility to step. So that's a great alternative. If you're sitting, I want you to practice taking a big step out, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in. So if you're sitting, that's your move that you'll do while we do our step. All right. So in either position, let's start. We'll do 20 and let's count up by 5s this time. Ready? 5. Now other side. 10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35. 40. 45. 50. 55. 60. 65. 70. 75. 80. 4 more. 85. 90. 95. And 100. Awesome. So I want to stay down on our mats to do a little bit of stretching in this position. So let's start with a cat-cow. So you can do it in sitting or standing, sitting or all fours. So rounding your back up and then letting it drop down. So if you're sitting in your chair, it looks like the same thing. Your arms are out here on your legs, you're rounding your back up and then dropping it down. So rounding through your shoulders and letting that back drop down. So either position you're in, let's do 10 of these nice and slow. Round your back up and drop down. I'll show it down here too. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's rock back into a child's pose to hold it. So rocking your hips back to hold like this. If you're sitting, go ahead and let your arms drop down to the ground in front of you like this, like a forward fold. So we're gonna hold that stretch for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk your hands to the right. So walk your hands to the right and hold it. We're gonna hold for another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk your hands to the left and hold. So arms are over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You can bring one leg up now. We're going to do a couple stretches here. So first we're going to do a hip stretch. So if you're kneeling, you're going to put your chest up and lean back so that this hip gets pushed forward. You should feel a stretch in the front here. I don't have a great option for this in sitting. So you can kind of just practice on some shoulder rolls if you're sitting. But let's hold this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. So again, you're pushing this hip forward, leaning back, feeling a stretch in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're going to rock back into a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to straighten my front leg out to lean forward. You should feel it on the back of your leg. But the hamstring stretch in sitting is similar. You're stretching your leg out like this and leaning forward down onto that straightened knee. But if you're on the ground, try it this way where, so again, I'm straightening this front leg out and leaning forward. And you can use some support if you need to. Keep this knee straight and bend at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Stretch that other leg straight out in front of you. Don't let your knee bend, and bend forward at your hips as far as you can until you feel a stretch or your knee starts to bend. When your knee starts to bend, stop there and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Come on back up to your chair to sit. We'll finish with a couple more stretches in our chairs. So just another way to target stretching. It's good to get different positions. You get different pieces of the stretch. You hit the muscle differently in different positions. Looks like people are making their way. We'll just do a few more stretches here and then we'll finish up. We'll move into a shoulder stretch. So one arm across your body. This arm is going to pull it towards you. We'll hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch arms. Arm comes across, the other arm pulls it towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your elbows bend and stretch your arms back this way to stretch your chest. So it's like I'm reaching behind you with both hands. We'll hold this for 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now clasp your hands behind you. May have to be behind the outside of the chair, and pull your shoulders down. Stretching your spine that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I want to try a different one too. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the side of my chair. So cross your arms like this, and you want to tuck your chin, and let's stretch our back over the back of the chair. So it should be really comfortable. Don't go to the point that it hurts, and keep your chin tucked so that you're not cranking back on your neck. Let's do about 6 more, nice and slow. So stretch back. 1.
Any options if you have a tall chair?
Can you, how tall is it? Because even if it's hitting the, like sometimes I'll slide down and just hit the top of my back like that. I think you're still muted.
It'd probably be my upper cervical.
Oh, okay. You could just do it without the back of your chair, like scoot forward and extend like that. You'll still get a stretch. We'll do about 3 more if people were still doing it in case people were still doing it while I was waiting for Robin. 1. So either back of your chair or at the front of it. 2. And 3. Do a couple neck circles, nice and slow. Maybe 3 one direction and then switch sides. Real slow, just going where it's comfortable. Okay, switch sides. All right, couple wrist circles out in front. And switch. All right, we'll finish there today. Thanks everyone for joining me on this rainy Monday. Look forward to seeing you next week.